Okay, so over the past few months, I have been collecting the worst of the worst when it comes to conservative Facebook memes that you guys always see. I've gotten some of these from my own Facebook, friends on my list, as well as from NeoGAF users who have posted in a big thread. Kudos to them. I'll put a link in the description box to that thread so you can kind of see for yourself that discussion. But anyways, here are the worst of the worst and kind of my reaction to them. The first one: cancel the welfare checks of anyone who disrespects the U.S. flag. Share if you agree. No, I don't agree. First and foremost, you're assuming that people who would desecrate the flag would be such low lives that they'd have to be on welfare, right? Well, no, this is actually protected speech according to the U.S. Supreme Court. If you go back to Texas v. Johnson, they ruled that desecration of the flag does not cause a national security issue, and it's perfectly protected speech. So no, I don't agree. I'm not going to share that. Sorry. North versus South, not black versus white. Get yourself a history lesson. What was the North versus the South battle about? It was about black versus white. The South wanted to keep slaves so much that they were willing to fight and die for it, and the North wanted to free the slaves so much that they were willing to fight and die for that. So you're just trying to make it seem as though it wasn't about race when it was very directly about race. Another one: if you're offended by this and not this, congratulations, you are what's wrong with America. Okay, again, as I just said, Texas v. Johnson, look it up. Desecration of the flag is perfectly protected speech. Here's all I want. I've seen this one like 100 times. Obama, gone. Borders, closed. Language, English. Culture, U.S. Constitution, and the Bill of Rights. I don't even know what that means. Drug-free, mandatory drug screening before welfare. Yes, because everyone on welfare is going to be on drugs, right? No freebies to non-citizens. Also, balanced budget, tax reform, term limits for Congress and senators. Okay, well, if you want a balanced budget and tax reform, then I don't think that the Republicans are going to be your best bet. Only 86% will send this when it should be 100%. I love how they come up with this bogus statistic as if they've like actually done research into how many people share this stupid ass meme or word blob. I hate the word blobs where they don't really have a picture. They just put a blob of words on. I don't care if it's conservative, liberal. I mostly don't like those. Okay, so the next one. Share if you are part of the 53% of Americans who think illegal immigration increases the level of serious crime in America. Notice how it says share if you think you're one of the 53 Americans who think that illegal immigration increases crime. It's actually not the case at all. Most of the crime is committed by native citizens, and a very, very, very teeny tiny fraction of a percent that commits crime that are incarcerated is undocumented immigrants. So that's completely wrong. It doesn't matter what you think. You need to look at the facts. Cutting veterans' benefits to pay for illegal aliens' welfare. Now I understand why you want to take away their guns. Yes, because we are specifically cutting veterans' benefits just to pay for undocumented immigrants' welfare. Well, I got news for you. They're not qualified to receive welfare, even though 50 to 60% of them pay into it. They don't get that money back. They don't get the benefits of what their tax dollars are going towards. And if you really want to look at who's cutting veterans' benefits and who doesn't care about the veterans, you should look at the Republican Party, because they blocked the creation of, I believe it was over 20 new VA clinics. So look at them before you just make up things. I really don't mind being called a bigot, racist, closed-minded, redneck, backwoods, heard from them all by now and used to it. Still better than being called a liberal. Like and share if you agree. I would rather be called a conservative than all those things. Those are very bad things to be. That's really stupid. Okay, I've seen this one 1,000 times. No job in America? This is your fridge. Middle class in America? Well, look at your fridge, because you see all these welfare people, they just don't work and they get all these welfare benefits. Except that this picture is based on nothing. They pulled it out of their buttholes. They didn't do a search of studies that show if individuals who are on welfare or who are middle class are going to have a higher stocked fridge or more of a stocked fridge. This is just something that is spread around to perpetuate the war on the poor. It's a right-wing talking point, and it's completely bogus. I survived college without becoming a liberal. Well, then that shows that you have not learned anything, because liberals have facts on their side. They're more objective. So I feel sorry for you. I'm a tolerant liberal. Agree with me, or else you racist, sexist, homophobic, Islamophobic, xenophobic, inbred redneck, Bible-thumping, NASCAR-loving, gun-toting, America-loving bigots. You are angry at the fact that we call you intolerant if you want to take away rights from gays, if you don't think that income inequality is a problem, if you just hate undocumented immigrants for the sake of hating them. Yes, you are intolerant. Sorry about that. Just because we call you that doesn't mean that we are intolerant. We're tolerant because we tolerate your BS. We don't try to violently stifle your speech or try to get you to be quiet. We don't shut you down like that. You can do whatever you want. So yes, we are tolerant. You need to learn how to become tolerant. Warning, conservative may talk about radical ideas such as freedom, liberty, less regulation, free and open markets, right to bear arms, limited government, minimal taxation, personal responsibility, balanced budgets, moral absolutes, states' rights, and strict interpretation of the Constitution. Cool story, bro. Nice platitudes. I'm a heterosexual conservative Christian pro-life gun owner. How else can I offend you today? Yes. How edgy of you. I've never seen someone who is all four of those. So yeah, very edgy post. U.S. border. You are entering a Sharia-free zone. Please set your watches forward to 1400 years. But what they don't tell you is that you are entering a Christian Sharia zone. So you can actually keep your watches set to 1400 years. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, yada, yada. I don't get the point of this. How can you, just be blindly patriotic? I don't necessarily think that patriotism is inherently bad, but nationalism is very, very dangerous. German nationalism led to World War II, so what's to say that American nationalism couldn't also be dangerous? And it probably is, just because we are so patriotic that we won't even critique our government if we invade other countries and do drone strikes in Pakistan, Yemen, Somalia, Syria. I mean, come on, you name it. So you need to be objective. You need to be able to critique your own country. And how can you not look at this and think that looks like indoctrination? Yes, I am a Christian. I believe the Bible. I do not support homosexuality or homosexual marriage. Yes, I'll still love you. Yes, we are still friends. No, I am not judging you. No, I'm not condemning you to hell. No, I will not let anyone bully you. But realize that name-calling and stereotyping those of us who stand for what we believe in is exactly what you don't want done to you. We have a right to speak what we believe, same as you have a right to speak what you believe. Absolutely, you have a right to speak what you believe, but the reason why you are a bigoted homophobe is because if the opportunity presented itself to you, you would vote to take away marriage equality rights. What America needs is child control, not gun control. Right, I'm sure that is just such a sufficient solution. Why didn't we think about this before? Okay, now this one is what someone posted in response to an individual who is anti-gay. It says, don't judge someone just because they sin differently than you. This is soft bigotry, and it's a perfect example of that. It's pseudo-support. They're not technically anti-gay, but they still think that being gay is a sin. But, we all sin. And they think that that's somehow supportive. I'm sorry, but if you are not unequivocal in your support for LGBT rights and gay people, well, then you're not a supporter. Calling someone being gay a sin is absolutely absurd. Hey, Obama, this is not the week to try and convince Americans that Muslim refugees need our help. In fact, let them stay where they are and do your job worrying about keeping Americans safe for once. Wow, because every single Syrian refugee is going to be a terrorist, right? Come on, they don't understand that there's an 18 to 24 month vetting period. They have to go through background checks. They have to make sure that these individuals are not associated with terrorism or anything of that nature. So they're coming here to flee violence, not because they want to perpetuate more violence. I don't see how that isn't crystal clear. Obama is fundamentally changing the name of Mount McKinley without congressional approval. Denali means my majestic home in Swahili, the official language of Kenya. Surprised, but another one. President Barack Obama is renaming Mount McKinley to Denali. Denali is the Kenyan word for black power. Like and share to spread awareness. All right, so which one is it? Come on. Telling someone they have to be politically correct is a direct violation of their First Amendment right. People's feelings are not protected under the Constitution. You're actually completely wrong. What would be a direct violation of a First Amendment right would be if you said something that's politically incorrect and then the government tried to silence you. But if your friend calls you an asshole because you said something transphobic, that doesn't mean that the government is trying to shut you down. It just means that there are consequences to free speech. You're allowed to say what you want, but you're not free to be without consequences if you say something that offends someone. You are guilty of being a Christian. You will stay in jail until you deny Christ and become a liberal. This just perpetuates the Christian persecution complex more and more. The look I give when a pro-abortionist cries for gun control to save a child's life. what you're saying is kind of stupid if you think about it, because you are more in favor of a fetus than gun control that could potentially save children's life. Now, the reason why we care more about children than a ball of cells, a fetus, is because they're more sentient. See, most abortions take place prior to 20 weeks, and they don't necessarily feel pain, according to studies. So the fact that you care more about something that doesn't feel pain, that just shows that you're not being serious. And why can't you care about both? I mean, if you do care about abortion, why does it have to be one or the other? Gun control and being pro-life are not mutually exclusive, so I don't get why they're trying to set up this false dichotomy. I'm proud to be normal. I'm not depressed, an atheist, colored, pansexual, a nerd, and an otaku freak. I don't know what that is. A weirdo. I don't listen to foreign music, study liberal arts, pretend to be awkward, pretend to be a loner, and so on. I'm a white, Christian, successful, normal, heterosexual, and proud. Cool for you, dude. Only 2 people in history had their own symbols, Hitler and Obama. Apparently, you've never seen any presidential election ever. Gay black man kills 2 straight white reporters. Time to ban this flag. The dude who killed the 2 reporters didn't do it because he was gay. So that's stupid. One nation under God should stay in the pledge. Do you agree? No, I don't. That didn't actually become part of the pledge until the 1950s, and it's a direct violation of the First Amendment, where it says that the government shall not establish a religion. Now, if you're saying one nation under God, that is establishing a religion. It's establishing that God exists, and this goes against our secular constitution. So no, I disagree. So those are the ones that I found that I think are the most egregious. If you have any more, link me to them in the comments. I'd love to see them.